Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping our news today, 7 schools in the Sarasota area remaining on a modified lockdown. The school district reporting a student was seen on a school bus carrying a gun. And after arriving at Riverview High School, that student ran off, which led to an extensive search by the sheriff's office. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live from Riverview High School with the latest. And Jess, I understand things are just changing right now.
Yeah, good afternoon, Scott. First and foremost, I think it's important to know that the school district says every student is safe and sound. Now, just a few seconds ago, before we went live on air, they did open the gates here behind me, and cars are going onto the campus. So I assume that that means that this modified lockdown is over. Originally, it was a full lockdown. Students were locked inside of the classrooms with the lights off and the doors shut. Then it was modified, which meant that the students could move around the campus but could not come and go. And then again, just minutes ago, they opened these gates, and now parents are flooding in to pick up their students. Now, the following schools were in that modified lockdown: Riverview High School, Suncoast Polytechnical High School, Suncoast Technical College, Philippi and Wilkinson Elementary Schools, also Suncoast School of Innovative Studies. Police believe they know who this student is, but as far as we know, they have not located him yet. That may have just changed. Now, this student allegedly showed a gun and bullets on the school bus. I was just told that they have located this suspect. So just minutes ago, parents were lined up outside of the school wanting to pick up their students. And again, they just went inside. They told me they were terrified. Students inside also telling their parents that they were scared. Now, I did talk to one of the students who had come outside. She left for on-the-job training. She was the only one that was allowed to leave the building at that point in time. But once again, now people are flooding onto campus. The suspect is in custody. It's breaking news at this point in time. We will continue to let you know what is going on as things continue to develop. They released that suspect's name and where they captured him. Reporting live in Sarasota, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Jess, thank you so much. The other big story today is the University of Florida is preparing for a very challenging day. White supremacist Richard Spencer is scheduled to speak at the school this afternoon, and security concerns are growing. ABC 7's Christopher Brantley is in Gainesville with the latest.
Good day to you from Gainesville, where we are here covering what will be later this afternoon a speech by Richard Spencer here at the Curtis Hall here on the campus of the University of Florida. The university is playing host to Richard Spencer. He is the leader of the National Policy Institute, which is a white supremacist think tank. And you can see they are anticipating all kinds of protests later today. High event security, a lot of barriers set up. Somewhere north of 500 extra police officers have been brought onto the campus. That's close to $500,000 in extra security. You can even take a look up here. You can see on top of an adjoining building, you can see a tent with officers up underneath the tent keeping a close eye. They've got all kinds of devices up there right now. They are keeping a close eye on things that are happening. As of right now, we really don't have any protesters here. Really, the largest contingent is media and local law enforcement. But as the day goes on, that is expected to change.
Categorically, I mean, the university has been so incompetent and spineless in providing, I guess, any safety, security, or even, really saying, Nazis are not welcome at all.
We are encouraging people to hold events away from here, promoting diversity, promoting inclusion, and really driving home the point that this is no place for hate.
And again, that speech will be today, 2:30 to 4:30 on the campus of the University of Florida at the Phillips Center. We will be covering it throughout the day. For now, in Gainesville, Christopher Brantley, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Christopher, thank you. And federal and local officials have been bracing for potential protests during Spencer's speech for months now. University President Kent Fox says the school is required by law to allow Spencer to speak on campus. But he advises students and staff to stay away from the event, saying Spencer's ideals are not part of the Gator Nation.
Campuses are places where people from all races, origins, and religions are welcomed and are treated with love.
By the governor signing the declaration of emergency, it has allowed us to have other units and things that we might need readily available at our disposal.
More than $500,000 is being spent on security for Spencer's speech. Spencer, for his part, denies he's interested in riling racist tensions.
I want to bring ideas to campus that otherwise wouldn't be here. Because the fact is, university campuses, despite their claims of being open for all discourse, they're pretty stifling places.
Regardless of Spencer's intentions, officials cannot deny the deadly scenes in Charlottesville, Virginia, where he was a scheduled speaker. After consulting with Charlottesville and Berkeley, California police, officials are taking no chances, from barriers around expected protest sites and prohibitions on everything from bottles to water balloons. Again, we'll keep you updated throughout the day on the events there in Gainesville. But first, more on our delightful weather here on the Suncoast. This morning was just gorgeous out there.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah.
A lot of blue sky, clear sky. It's going to be a nice couple of days, I think. Little chance of rainfall today. It doesn't get much better than this. If you like the warmer weathers, the warmer temperatures, slightly warmer than yesterday. The next couple of days will run a few degrees above average, but I'm waiting for next week. That's what I'm waiting. Yeah, I think a lot of us are going to get that real taste of fall. We have across the region the Van Ways webcam put into motion showing a dawn that was pretty, just really pretty. A lot of blue sky out there and some kind of brisk winds, but they've died down for the morning hours. They'll pick up again this afternoon, though. Boaters be aware of that. There'll probably be a small craft advisory issued at 7 o'clock tonight because of anticipated wind speeds increasing. Across the region, the whole state of Florida is pretty much under blue skies. All of the cloud cover located well out in the Florida Straits and in the Atlantic waters. Now, we do have that onshore wind flow that's kicking off a few scattered showers. And temperatures, if you look at the difference between yesterday and today, are running a couple of degrees warmer today than they were yesterday. And that will be the trend throughout the afternoon as we get daytime high temperatures that top out in the upper 80s. We'll have only about a 10% chance of showers. That'll be mostly for patchy drizzle, and that'll be located mostly in Hardee and DeSoto counties. I don't think it'll get much further than that. Otherwise, a spectacular day. The next couple of days look pretty good too. We'll talk about that, talk about increased rain chances, and then some chillier temperatures coming our way. Talk about it all in just a few minutes. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. An accused rapist remains on the loose today. Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is investigating the sexual assault of a student Friday night near Riverview High School. Investigators say a man entered her car after she parked along Parma Street and sexually assaulted her. The suspect is described as a white man with a medium build, 30 to 40 years old, with long, dark brown hair, a mustache and goatee, and a mole on his face. The assault surprising people who live in that neighborhood.
It's extremely shocking and scary. I'm glad I have my dogs.
You live here, you never think something like that would happen, especially outside of your home. You know, you never know what can happen outside, especially having little sisters, you know, play outside. You always want what's best, and something like that's scary.
If you know anything about this sexual assault, you're being asked to contact the Sheriff's Office immediately. And more than 40 women have accused Harvey Weinstein of sexual harassment or assault. Here's more on what that movement called Me Too is doing.
Two simple words, Me Too, dominating social media and perhaps changing the way we talk about sexual assault.
And I think that the numbers are a testament to how powerful women can be when we do stand together and we are one.
And those numbers are staggering. As of this morning, 1.5 million tweets, 13.5 million post comments and reactions on Facebook and Twitter. Actress Alyssa Milano reigniting the Me Too campaign, first created by Tarana Burke 10 years ago to aid sexual assault survivors in underprivileged communities. Milano says she wanted to elevate the conversation surrounding the Harvey Weinstein scandal, focusing on the victims instead of the perpetrators.
I have been harassed so many times I can't count. I've been assaulted.
And showing the problem goes far beyond Hollywood.
It's not just actresses, that it's women on Wall Street, it's women in a hospital, it's caretakers, it's women walking down the street.
I think seeing some people in my community post it empowered me to do so because, yeah, it humanizes it.
I come from a family with 6 women, and 4 of them have been raped, and no one talks about it.
Milano says Me Too must move beyond just a hashtag movement, and that she's now working with Tarana Burke to remove what she calls gray lines when it comes to sexual harassment and put new protocols into place. Maggie Bruley, ABC News, New York.
Here at home, a special tandem bike that was stolen from a visually impaired triathlete last weekend has now been found. That stolen bike was found about 2 blocks away from Sarasota's BMX track. Sarasota police are working to contact the bike's owner, who is back home now in Chile. The triathlete was competing in a triathlon at Nathan Benderson Park. A change is on the way to traffic in downtown Sarasota. Starting this Saturday, State Street between Lemon Avenue and Pineapple Avenue will be permanently closed to traffic. It will close early that morning for the farmers market and will not reopen. The area has been renamed The Mark. It will be transformed into a pedestrian mall. Development plans also include 157 condominiums and townhomes, retail, restaurant, and commercial space. Construction on The Mark should be complete by the fall of 2019. Some much needed help arriving in Puerto Rico today thanks to a Florida power company. APR Energy, which is a Jacksonville-based company, is placing power turbines on the island. They're expected to produce enough power for up to 300,000 homes. Officials say these generators will help bring some sort of normalcy to residents while repair work is performed on transmission lines throughout the island. And this video shows members of the U.S. Coast Guard, FEMA, and the Army, along with members of the Puerto Rican organization, who are delivering food and water to more than 400 residents in the town of Canovanas. That's about 20 miles east of San Juan. The group has been delivering aid to areas in need in Puerto Rico for about 3 weeks now. Well, 1 million people still don't have access to reliable drinking water on the island 1 month after Hurricane Maria hit there. More than 80% of the island's residents don't have power, which translates to about 3 million people. In Spain, the deadline has passed for Catalan leaders to clarify their position on independence. The Spanish government announcing today it will begin the process to impose direct rule on Catalonia. Spain's government says the prime minister will hold a special cabinet meeting on Saturday to trigger the process to take some or full control of Catalonia's semi-autonomous powers. Now in Venezuela, it's swearing-in day for 18 new governors aligned with Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his United Socialist Party. The recently elected officials were sworn in at the Constituent Assembly, which has come under heavy scrutiny after its appointment by Maduro, who dismantled the former legislative body. President Trump taking a stand on both Venezuela's government and Cuba's government.
Is not that socialism has been poorly implemented, but that socialism has been faithfully implemented. I also canceled the last administration's one-sided deal with the communist Cuban regime, and we will not lift sanctions until political and religious freedoms are restored for the Cuban people.
This is also coming after alleged attacks from the Cuban government on U.S. diplomats in Cuba. 22 of the diplomats and family members reported hearing strange sounds at night in their hotel rooms or homes. They compared the noise to loud insects or metal dragging and say the sounds left them feeling ill with nausea, dizziness, and headaches, some even with hearing loss. Here at home and starting today, the Premier Sports Campus in Lakewood Ranch will host the Ultimate National Championships. It's a sport similar to football but uses a disc like a frisbee. The best of the best in this sport will be competing throughout the weekend at the Premier Sports Campus, and the finals will take place on Sunday. Parking and admission are both free. Still to come in your Suncoast News, why schools are the perfect breeding grounds. They are the perfect breeding grounds for head lice, and what you should do if your kid is infected. It's a lot of work. And how to protect yourself if you're a mother and your unborn child from air pollution. Stay with us.
Chris Domine is a husband, father, an athlete, even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris's kidneys were failing.
The doctor said if you don't do dialysis, if you don't get a kidney transplant, you are going to die.
Then Chris received a second chance, made possible by an organ donor.
Your well-being changes from loss of hope to better times ahead.
Imagine what you could make possible. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
one.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
83-degree air temperature, dew point coming in at a nice, comfortable 70 degrees. Lots of sunshine out there. Breezy wind out of the northeast coming in at about 13 right now. It's a nice day here on the Sun Coast. There's really no downside to this weather unless you like it a little bit cooler, and then you'll get your wish next week as that cold front will be approaching as we head into the first part of next week. 84 degrees in Wauchula. 74 will be what it'll be like a week from now. 86 degrees in Arcadia, 84 in Mayaca, Parrish at 82, Bradenton at 83, 84 in Venice, 86 in Northport, 86 in Punta Gorda, and then down in the southern tip, Boca Grande coming in at 84. So across the nation, very quiet conditions over a lot of the country. The East Coast all looks great. Northeast, down East Maine, Mid-Atlantic, Deep South, back into the Heartland, open plains, and then into the Intermountain regions, back into the West. Everything looks pretty good except for a couple of places. We got some showers taking place in the desert Southwest and also some rain showers in Oregon and Washington, all part of a cold front. This cold front back to the north will soon be advancing into our area, team up with some Arctic air dropping south and change our weather significantly. We do have a few scattered showers trying to work their way across the state as we have seen over the last few days. Thank you to that kind of breezy northeast wind flow. As you get that northeast wind flow, it transports that moisture into our neck of the woods. Now we have about a 10% chance that a few of the showers that we see over here make their way into interior sections. I don't think they'll get much further than Hardy or DeSoto County. Then they'll kind of fizzle out, but it's a possibility to see a little bit of patchy, quick, light drizzle. Most of the country benefiting from this high-pressure ridge, sprawling and strong. It's exhibiting its influence all across the Deep South, the Northeast, and the Mid-Atlantic. Then back to the west, we're watching this cold front, which will advance in this direction, team up with some Arctic air sinking south, and then in a modified form make its way toward the Sun Coast. So it'll be our first little taste of fall air, and it'll come our way probably around Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. And that's when we're going to feel some changes to our weather. Until then, high pressure scoots its way out into the Atlantic. As it does that, the frontal boundary that has been stalled to our south will kind of wash out. And by the weekend, our winds will twist from that northeasterly direction, which we currently have, to a more southerly direction, which will pump moisture back into the state of Florida, make it feel more humid, and set the stage for a few showers in advance of that cold front coming next week. So I think Sunday night into Monday, Monday into Tuesday, we'll have our chance at seeing a little bit of rainfall. Then a prolonged period of dry conditions. So the forecast calls for warmer conditions today by a few degrees. We'll look for some late weekend, by that I mean Sunday night, rain showers chances beginning. And then cooler next week as that front moves through. Wind speeds will be somewhat elevated, so do watch for that, particularly you boaters. As of 7 o'clock tonight, a small craft advisory will be issued. So the forecast looks like this. We'll have a northeast wind, kind of breezy during the evening hours and overnight, coming in at about 20 knots, giving you a moderate chop. And then a couple of beautiful days, a couple of better rain chance days, and then the cooler air arrives on Wednesday. And I, for one, Scott, am ready.
Not alone, are we? All right, John, thank you. Well, sometimes kids bring home more than homework from school. Doctors say school is an easy place for children to pick up head lice, simply because kids are in such close proximity to one another. Doctors at the Cleveland Clinic say if a child comes home scratching their head, don't assume it's just dandruff. Do a thorough inspection. And be aware lice are afraid of light, and they move quickly, so it's not easy to find them.
You don't have to be seen in your doctor's office. In fact, in some regards, it's better to keep it at home and not spread it to other venues. So you can certainly make a phone call to your pediatrician, talk to the nurse on call if there's someone available, and get some recommendations about the common over-the-counter medications that you can purchase.
Doctors say lice tend to nest in longer hair because it's easier for them to adhere to and lay their eggs, but they could be present in either short or long hair. And they say there are no long-term repercussions from head lice. They're just really irritating. The health department is investigating what's making students sick at Georgia Tech University. As many as 50 people fell ill after eating at a school dining hall. Several students were sent to the hospital, and they're blaming the dining hall. They said what they experienced over a course of 48 hours was traumatizing. Students received an email alert from the school notifying them of the issue, but they still have not found the cause. Health investigators hope to have more information by the end of the week. Air pollution may not only be affecting you, but your unborn child as well. Reed Binion has some ways to protect you and your family.
A new study published by the Journal of the American Medical Association Pediatrics says mothers who are exposed to air pollution during pregnancy may have children with negative health consequences later in life and accelerated biological aging. The World Health Organization says 92% of the world's population lives in areas where the air quality fails to meet its standards. Heavy pollution has also been linked to increased risk of lung cancer, strokes, and asthma. To reduce your exposure to pollution, the EPA recommends staying inside a building with filtered air. Also, try to avoid activities that make you breathe deep and fast, which certainly makes exercise harder. If you do not have access to filtered air, find a room with the least number of windows to sleep in. Keep your homes clean and make sure your vacuum has high-efficiency air filters. For today's Health Minute, I'm Reed Binion.
All right, let's head over to our kitchen now. Our great friend Jamil Pineda from Michael's on East is with us today in the kitchen. Jamil, great to see you as always. What's on the menu for today?
They're going to be doing a beautiful scallop from Landalozi from South Africa. It's a menu, it's an item that we have our chef from Landalozi coming to visit us in November, so stay tuned, it's going to be great.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Nobody beats Subaru in service quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALG named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now, lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $239 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Hi, I'm Joan London with A Place for Mom. Over the years, we've helped thousands of families find senior care And today's senior living communities have never been better, with amazing amenities like movie theaters, exercise rooms and swimming pools, public cafes, bars and bistros, even pet care services. And nobody understands your options like the advisors at A Place for Mom. These are local expert advisors that will partner with you to find the perfect place and determine the right level of care, whether that's just a helping hand or full-time memory care. Best of all, it's a free service. Call today, A Place for Mom. You know your family, we know senior living. Together, we'll make the right choice.
Call A Place for Mom right now to get our free ebook on financing senior care, as well as a free referral for senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-290-0352. That's 1-800-290-0352.
Download the all-new ABC7 First Alert weather app now.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
There are new rules for customers who take out payday loans, but they won't affect you right away. Steve Nannis has more.
Quick Cash comes with some new rules this month, but will not go into effect until July 2019. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau issued new regulations for these high-interest payday loans. These new rules are set to help protect people from getting trapped into a cycle of debt. Here's what you need to know. Payday loans provide money for unexpected expenses. Usually, loans must be paid back by the borrower's next paycheck. These rules will also apply to car title loans and longer-term loans with balloon payments. Under these new rules, lenders will now be required to do basic background checks on loan recipients for income, living expenses, and major financial obligations. Special rules are in place for loans under $500 that exempt borrowers from going through the entire vetting process. However, lenders will be required to temporarily cut people off if they take out 3 payday loans in quick succession. For Consumer Watch, I'm Steve Nannis.
Delta Airlines is debuting its new jumbo airliner. The Atlanta-based carrier is retiring its Boeing 747 fleet at the end of the year. Instead, they'll be using a long-range, wide-body passenger jet, aka the Airbus A350. Delta is the first airline in the U.S. to place this new jet into service. The planes will offer a business class with large seats that have doors and walls for privacy. You'll have to pay for it, of course. Delta hopes this will take some business away from Asian and Middle Eastern carriers who already have those kinds of seats. Less than 4 months after becoming a public company, Blue Apron is cutting more than 300 jobs. The meal kit seller, which had more than 5,000 employees as of June, says the cuts were at its corporate offices and warehouses where the meal kits are packed and shipped. Blue Apron has been facing increasing competition from Amazon, which purchased Whole Foods and is testing its own meal kits. And don't forget, you can stay up to date on the latest news and see alerts on traffic and breaking news here on the Suncoast instantly with the ABC7 News app. And if you're an iPhone or iPad user and currently have our app, you will need to go to the App Store and download the new updated app. Just look for WWSB or My Suncoast. It is free, and if you're an Android user, don't worry, you'll get the new version automatically. Back to the kitchen now, where John is with Chef Jamil from Michael's on East, cooking up something delicious, a South African dish.
Indeed. Always good to have Jamil here. I'd shake your hand, sir, but you know, I got this thing going on.
Oh, don't worry.
So I'm going to pass on that. But you're cooking up something that's from South Africa.
From South Africa.
How would you characterize like South African dishes? Do they have a particular kind? Are they heavy on spices or light on spices? Or
you know, both. I mean, because you have to look at it of, you know, Malaya, which is a lot of the spices from India, from South Africa. It's almost the same thing. They use a lot of spices, but this particular dish we're going to be making is supposed to be very light.
Oh, okay.
It's not supposed to, it's actually it is. But I'm going to start right here with some oil right here.
Right.
And this actually recipe comes from Landalozi Resort in South Africa.
Look at those scallops.
So those are U10 scallop, and then we call it dry scallop. You want to get, because when you cook a scallop, if it's too wet, and then it's not going to give you that beautiful sear.
And we love that sear.
Oh yeah, we love that sear. So I'm going to put about a bunch of scallops right here, so they can start getting that beautiful sear on them. And then what I'm going to do here, and But I use in a non-stick pan here, but you can use a pan at home that is not non-stick. Just make sure it's very hot so the scallop doesn't get stick. I got some pancetta right here so we can get some little flavor for the scallops going.
Little pancetta.
Yeah, a little fat that can go in there. Now, a lot of people are wondering, we're going to be making the salad here on the spot. So we have here a nice, beautiful grapefruit. We got some lime. So I'm going to take a little lime right here. Use a little device right here that we have. And then just put one lime. It's going to be just for one dish, but if you're doing a 4 dishes like the recipe say, and then just follow the recipe that is online. A lot of people wonder how do you clean
ginger?
Ginger. Some people take a peeler. I take a spoon. It's one of the easiest part to be peeling ginger is to take a spoon and just peel it like that. See, it comes out. You don't lose a lot of the ginger itself.
Waste not, want not, right?
Exactly.
Now, how about freezing ginger? I always buy ginger, and then I use enough for a recipe and find that I have a lot left over. Can you freeze it, or is that not such a good thing to do?
I don't think it's a good idea because it is a water spice. If you can see, it has a lot of beautiful...
Big water content.
There's a lot of water content, so a lot of things that I don't like to use a lot of...
Use it fresh.
Use it fresh as much as you can. Don't buy it as much. You know, it will keep in the refrigerator for a good month if you have it. I got a micro plank right here, so we're just going to get a little bit of the ginger in here so you can get a nice ginger flavor. You can find this at any kitchen stores. It's a beautiful thing. Then we're going to take some of the arugula, which I call it roca in South Africa.
Call it what?
Roca.
Roca.
Like almost like in Spanish, it almost sounds like a rock.
It does, yeah.
So it's actually as arugula. I got some beautiful honey here. So we're going to spread a little bit of honey on top of that. Just so it can make a nice, it's almost like you're making a little citrus dressing here. And then we got a nice beautiful grapefruit here, ruby grapefruit. So we're going to do with this, we're just going to take the segments out. A lot of people wondering how do you do that. They say we're going to peel it all away. You peel it all around the side right here. And now this dish is going to be presented at an interactive dinner that we have at Michael Sanis on Thursday, November 2nd. Chef Anna from South Africa, which is this recipes come from, she's from Landalozi Resort. She's going to be joining us to making a nice, beautiful interactive dinner. So we're going to take the segments right here.
Nice.
And it's for a good cause. I mean, you know, Michael Klauber, when they take the Connoisseur Club to trip to South Africa, they go there and they have a beautiful connection there. They start doing these things to make a schools for the kids over there. So basically, this is a great charity event. So you see that right here? How you take the... now what you want to do, so you see that white part right there?
Yeah.
That's the part you don't want it to get into the salad. So you cut it from here.
Got about 30 seconds left.
All right. So you got that and just put it in there, and then just going to use a little bit of the juice.
Oh, beautiful.
To get in there.
While you finish up the dish, I want to remind everybody that the recipe is on our website, mysuncoast.com. You can click on the dining link button, and it will take you right there. I'm sorry, we're running out of time here, Chef.
That's okay,
but tell me, so after you've seared the scallops, you then put them right on this?
No, actually, you put them on the plate. You mix your salad, a little bit of olive oil, and then you just plate in it.
Awesome. There's the finished product. It looks absolutely gorgeous, and if I could smell, I'm sure it would smell.
Oh, it would look beautiful.
But oh my goodness, Chef, that looks fantastic. Tell us again when the date of the interactive dinner is.
It's going to be Thursday, November 2nd.
Okay, check it out. Chef, as always, thanks. It's great to have you here.
It's a pleasure to be here.
We'll be right back.
The Alfa Romeo Stelvio takes the modern compact luxury crossover and injects it with personality.
Every crossover should be this good to drive.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Did you know that Sarasota County was the first in Florida to be recognized as an age-friendly community? Whether you're 22 or 82, we strive to be the best place to live, work, and play. A community rich with opportunities and things to do for people of all ages. On Saturday, October 28th, we're advancing this movement with a free community event featuring live entertainment and hands-on experiences. You won't want to miss our entire community coming together for an age-friendly festival presented by the Patterson Foundation.
Attention travelers, next Tuesday a major hurricane will cause complete chaos throughout the city. Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency.
I went in skeptical and came away impressed.
Stelvio can spring from a standstill to 60 miles per hour in 5.4 seconds, a segment best.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. The gunman police say is responsible for shootings across 2 states that left 6 hurt and 3 dead is now in custody following an 11-hour manhunt. He's believed to have gathered together a group of co-workers before opening fire on them. ABC's Janae Norman has more on how he was captured.
A deadly workplace shooting and a multi-state manhunt.
How do you get into a mind of a person that's capable of shooting 5 people that are co-workers? And I even get chills talking about it because I know what it's like when we do hunt individuals that are desperate.
Rade L. Prince was scheduled to work at Advanced Granite Solutions when he's believed to have gathered his co-workers together and opened fire.
We have multiple witnesses saying it's a shooter at Granite Place.
Police and first responders swarmed the business, telling people outside to take cover and inside finding those victims. Prince accused of gunning down 3 co-workers and leaving 2 others in critical condition at his office just outside Baltimore.
I have a 40-ish-year-old male with a gunshot to the head.
About 2 hours later and 50 miles away, another shooting tied to Prince, this time at a car dealership in Wilmington, Delaware. The victim, a man Prince allegedly knew and had a previous dispute with.
We're getting reports of one patient shot multiple times.
Authorities plastered Prince's face up and down I-95, and that helped bring in tips that led police to Newark, Delaware, where Prince was spotted in a neighborhood. He was taken into custody after a short chase. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
All right, time to get another check on your first alert weather with meteorologist John Scalzi, and a really beautiful morning. I mean, I sat outside this morning, on the patio, just enjoying a little drier air, cooler temperatures. It was nice.
Yeah, I think the dawns and the sunsets are really beautiful times at this time of year, you know? It's just, you get that kind of refreshing crispness in the air, and the skies are so pretty. It's going to be that way again today, plus a little bit of extra breeze that we're getting right now. I think really
that helps.
Right now we've got a northeast wind coming in at about 10 to 15 this afternoon, so it feels great. The Van Wezel webcam put into motion shows a few fair weather clouds now building across the region. Those fair weather clouds will, a couple of them, in inland areas particularly, bring us a chance at a sprinkle or two, but not much more than that. A chance today of about 10% for any kind of precipitation around. Look at the state of Florida just ringed by cloud cover and not much over the state. Just some few fair weather clouds. That's it. The majority of cloud cover is well out in the Atlantic. East wind is evident by the showers that we're seeing build along the east coast, and in fact over the next several days, that's where the majority of rain is going to fall. Over on the other coast, we stay dry. Temperatures running a little bit warmer thanks to the increased sunshine today, and our daytime high will be a little bit above average. We'll have about a 10% chance of rain. That's about it today. Back to you, Scott.
All right, John, thank you. Law enforcement are looking for a mother and her 2 children last seen in Manatee County. Sequana Armstrong, her 2-year-old son and 5-year-old daughter are wanted in connection with an out-of-state court order. They may be driving a brown SUV. A 3rd child was dropped off at a family member's home in Bradenton where they were last seen. If you have any information, you're asked to call Manatee County Sheriff's Office at 747-3011. A Florida law firm is asking the state Supreme Court if a judge should be disqualified from hearing a case because he's Facebook friends with an attorney appearing before him. A North Miami law firm asked the court yesterday to review an appeals court decision that ruled being Facebook friends is not a reason to disqualify a judge. The issue arose from a lawsuit the firm filed against a former client. An appeals court ruled being friends on social media does not signify a close relationship and is not necessarily a friend in the traditional sense of the word. And a federal prison inmate pleads guilty to threatening to kill President Trump. Richard Ware faces up to 5 more years in federal prison. Guards at a federal prison in Central Florida say they intercepted the threatening letter Ware had tried to send out this past March. Ware was nearing the end of his sentence and confirmed the letter was his. Back in 2011, Ware sent letters to the Clintons, the Bushes, and the Obamas, threatening to assault them as well, so it was not politically motivated. An endangered Florida panther was struck and killed by a vehicle. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission says the female panther's remains were found Sunday near Fort Myers. This is now the 19th car death this year out of 22 total panther deaths in the state. Florida panthers once roamed the entire southeastern United States. Now their habitat mostly is confined to southwest Florida. It's estimated only about 230 of the panthers remain in the wild. Florida's prepaid college tuition program is open for enrollment. This program allows parents to pay for their children's college tuition years before their children go off to college or university. Prices on most plans are up slightly from last year. There are several options available, which include 2- and 4-year plans to cover state colleges or hybrid plans for 2 years at a state college and 2 more at a university. The cost of the most expensive plan, which is a 4-year university plan, remains unchanged at $187 a month.
When they know that you're saving for their college, it absolutely raises the bar on the expectation that you have for them. It sends the message that you value their education enough that you are expecting them to go to college and that you believe that they're going to get there.
Open enrollment runs through the end of February. Still to come in your Suncoast News, the Crocodile Hunter family returning to television, what they've been up to since the late Steve Irwin's death, and why they've decided to come back.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
When severe weather strikes, trust ABC 7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com. AND services.com.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
83 degrees our air temperature with a dew point of 70. Nice and sunny outside with a few fair weather clouds. Inland temperatures looking pretty nice as well. 76 degrees in Arcadia, 75 degrees in Myakka, Wauchula coming in at 74. 82 in Parrish, 83 in Bradenton, Sarasota, as I mentioned, at 83, 86 degrees in Venice now. Northport coming in at 87, Punta Gorda at 86. We have a big ridge of high pressure located about there, and around it we have a northeasterly wind flow. So this northeasterly wind flow continues to pick up moisture off Atlantic waters and then kind of develop the showers and bring them closer to the east coast shores. The winds will take a few of the showers and direct them into our neck of the woods, but only a few are going to make it across. The air is still pretty dry across the state of Florida aloft, so any showers we get will be very low showers. They won't have any height to them, and they won't have a lot of moisture. High pressure stays with us today, bringing us that easterly wind and surging in the evening hours to a very brisk speed of probably 15 to 20. The frontal boundary located down to our south, which has been a focal point for the shower and the moisture convergence, will start to wash away as our winds turn to the southeast this weekend as the high pressure ridge moves into the Atlantic. That will allow for moisture to return to the forecast. Warmer, late weekend rain, and then cooler next week as a frontal boundary approaches. Those are the weather highlights for the next several days. This is the moisture available for rain. I show this from time to time. The dry air indicated by the cooler colors, and the warmer colors, the more humid air. Watch what happens to this humid air over the next several days. The dry air kind of moves in just a little bit, and we enjoy some sunnier skies. Then, as we head into the weekend, watch what happens. The humid air kind of retreats back in this direction, and we get a little bit more moisture working its way into the state of Florida, which will help to bring about a few more scattered showers late Sunday and then into next work week. The RPM computer model shows we may get a few areas of drizzle around today. The general trend is for these storms to come at us out of the northeast. But did you notice in the last few frames the trend will be coming up out of the south? That's what happens as we head into Saturday and particularly into Sunday night. That's when we really start to see these showers start to increase. Forecast looking like this. We'll have a wind out of the northeast coming in briskly at about 20, and then as we head into the next several days after today, fair weather followed by a little bit of rain showers followed by cooler weather. Back to you.
John, thank you. The Ringling International Arts Festival is now underway. In the spotlight, we have a preview of some of the performances coming up in the four-day event. ABC 7's Linda Carson has more.
Performers are here from Zimbabwe, from Belgium, from Italy, from all over.
We have 7 acts from around the world doing 23 performances over the course between Wednesday and Saturday. It's contemporary, it's international, it's things you've never seen before.
Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you'll see this amazing spectacle.
We are presenting Avente Verticale. It's 2 brothers from Italy, and they perform on what they call a vertical stage. We built a 3-story screen, and they're suspended above it, and they do this whole act as if they're trapped in a video game.
And going from the big screen to the smaller screen, you can see a performance called Portraits in Motion.
It's a man who's a German photographer, and he takes little small photographs of people in his travels through Germany, and he creates flip books. He calls them thumb cinema.
He shows them to the audience on a projector and tells stories about them. Festival scouts have scoured the earth to find these performances, and one called Ensemble SRQ they found right here in Sarasota.
And they'll be performing in 2 different spaces in the museum, in the Terrell Sky Space and in our Huntington Gallery.
One of the beautiful things about the festival, you can see several shows in one day.
We have show times at 2, 5, and 8. And since your admission ticket gets you into all the Ringling venues, including Kadazan, you can go see a show, go see some art, see another show, do a walkthrough of Kadazan.
The festival will be staged all around the Ringling Museum grounds, inside and out, and it's truly exciting.
You're not going to see this anywhere else in Florida. It's contemporary, it's cutting edge. You can't get it anywhere else but at the Ringling this weekend.
The Ringling International Arts Festival runs through Saturday night here at the museum, but tickets are really going fast, so you'd better get yours as soon as possible. Everybody's going to be talking about this for a long time to come. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Linda, thank you so much. Still to come in your Suncoast News, Evita comes to the Suncoast. We'll meet the cast and when you can see their production coming up.
The Alfa Romeo Stelvio takes the modern compact luxury crossover and injects it with personality.
Every crossover should be this good to drive.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Hi, I'm Joan London with A Place for Mom. Over the years, we've helped thousands of families find senior care, and today's senior living communities have never been better, with amazing amenities like movie theaters, exercise rooms and swimming pools, public cafes, bars and bistros, even pet care services. And nobody understands your options like the advisors at A Place for Mom. These are local expert advisors that will partner with you to find the perfect place and determine the right level of care, whether that's just a helping hand or full-time memory care. Best of all, it's a free service. Call today. A Place for Mom. You know your family, we know senior living. Together, we'll make the right choice.
Call A Place for Mom right now to get our free ebook on financing senior care, as well as a free referral for senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-290-0352. That's 1-800-290-0352.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
I went in skeptical and came away impressed.
Stelvio can spring from a standstill to 60 miles per hour in 5.4 seconds, a segment best.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Tony Award-winning Evita is coming to the Suncoast. The Oslo rep announcing the cast for the production this morning. Evita will run at the Mertz Theater from November 14th through December 30th. Puerto Rican recording artist and actress Ana Isabel leads the all-star cast as Eva Perón. Tickets for Evita and the entire 2017-18 Oslo Reps theater season are on sale now, and tickets for Evita start at $32. Should be a great show. Family of the late crocodile hunter Steve Irwin is returning to Animal Planet. 11 years after Steve Irwin's death, the Irwin family, including mom Terry and kids Bindi and Robert, will have a show on Animal Planet sometime next year. Still not clear what form their Animal Planet work will take, but according to the network's general manager, they're talking about different ideas for TV and digital products. Steve Irwin died from a freak stingray accident, and the family has carried on his wildlife conservation work in Australia.
So certainly as I get older, I'll continue to try and make my dad proud and be a wildlife warrior and hopefully inspire others to get involved and make a difference too.
Irwin's wife says her priority has always been raising their children and completing a 10-year plan she made with Steve before he died. Now the family's working on projects he hadn't dreamed of, like making accommodations for camping at their zoo there in Australia.
And they're such good kids, too.
Oh,
they're so wonderful.
They have so much of their father's enthusiasm about wildlife and preserving it, and it's wonderful to see.
They do, and their love of animals and kindness, it's all there.
Yeah. Well, before we go, we want to let you know we're still following the events that are happening today in Gainesville. This is a live aerial look of what's happening there outside the Phillips Center, which is a performing arts center sort of on the edge of the UF campus. It's not near where most of the students go to class. But a large group of protesters is now gathering for that speech, which will happen it's scheduled to happen around 2:30 this afternoon. ABC 7's Christopher Brantley is there today, and we'll have live reports coming up later this afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great day. And we'll see you again at 5.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.